What is next? What is next, Project Park?
What is next? Could be billions of things, right? Like
Recording in progress.
like not having to speak, but have enjoy that food. The answer depends on the context of the question. And for the next 5 to 7 minutes, the context revolves around none other than me. What is next for me in life? Now that I've completed and accomplished one of my long-standing goals of becoming a doctor of philosophy, also called PhD in computer science. This is the question that I have been thinking about a lot lately, because there has to be next, otherwise life gets boring. As some of you know that I moved from Michigan to Oregon in August. Since this is my first speech at Sporty Speakers Toastmasters Club, I wanted to share a little bit more about myself. As I was gathering my thoughts for this speech tonight, I took time to reflect on my life, and I want to share a little bit about that with you. But first, shedding some light on my roots. I was born and brought up in India, in a state called Punjab, born to a very loving and hardworking family that valued education. So naturally, my parents made sure that my sister and I had the best education possible. Although at that time they were not thinking about sending us out of the country to pursue education, but they did send us to a boarding school in the Himalayas. And that's where I spent 9 years of my life, coming home once a year during the winter months, December, January, February, because it snowed in the Himalayas. Where I lived in the plains, it didn't snow there. It was not as cold. After spending 9 years in the valley, surrounded by huge mountains for all those years, I hated mountains for a long period of my life. But the education there was certainly one of the top class. That school is the reason why I'm here in the US today. I have always been a very driven person, and my school gave me a very generous scholarship for my college education. I applied to Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, because there was already somebody that I knew who was going to college there. So I had one familiar face in the US. At the age of 20, I took my first flight and landed in Detroit, Michigan on August 17th, 2008. Since then, Michigan has been my second home. And it will always be, even though I moved away from the state now. In Michigan, I have so many memories, so many firsts. I experienced my first snow ever. I lived in the Himalayas, but I never got a chance to see snow. Because I was deep in the valley, it was probably canyon. I never saw snow there. I made so many friends from all over the world. I met my husband there. I got 3 college degrees. I got my first job in the industry, and the list goes on. So Michigan has given me a lot that I'm so grateful for. So after spending 16 years in the state, I took a leap of faith this year to move to Oregon to be with my husband. One husband. So here I am. 2024 has been a really big year for me besides the move. I got married this year. Thank you. And I completed my PhD. PhD has been a very rewarding personal journey for me because it was a tough challenge. I did it while working full-time at General Motors, which took me 6 years, 6 years of hard work, perseverance, and dedication. But the journey has been very rewarding. It definitely gave me so much confidence in life, and I feel proud of myself. My PhD thesis was around building robotic applications for helping people, seniors, age in their own homes for as long as they can. It's called aging in place, and this is a field I'm so passionate about. But now that my PhD degree is finished, I do wonder what's next for me. One natural progression is to bring my thesis to practical life so that I can start to have some impact in people's lives. But that is definitely a bigger leap than getting admission in a school, finishing a degree. Here, I don't have a path carved out. So while I'm still figuring this out, I sometimes do feel overwhelmed with a feeling that my life has felt off track. When those kinds of negativity creeps in, I look to podcasts, TED Talks, and books for inspiration. And I came across this gem that I'm looking forward to delving into. So if you are someone like me in your phase of life right now, who is figuring out where to start, what to start, you should take this gift home tonight. So while I have not figured out what my next steps are, I am hopeful that if I persevere and keep my eyes at it, whatever that is, I will get there. Because when we give our best, life has a way to bring the right people, bring the right teams, bring the right strategies to you. So if you are in the same boat as me, don't be hopeless. Take this gift with you tonight. Madam Toastmasters.
Just another round of applause for both of our speakers tonight. Very inspiring. Icebreakers for speakers.